So I was talking to a couple and they were trying to live on $500 per month. And that's very hard. So they started to have some extreme ideas on how to save money. And one of those ideas was, believe it or not, was to use old t-shirts and rags instead of toilet paper. And they thought, hey, I can save money on toilet paper if I do this. The answer is, it's not to judge them. But the truth is, when people are struggling, they try to save money on small things. And saving 20 bucks on toilet paper isn't really going to make a big dent. And that's why you need to save money on big things. And you need to be extreme with it. And that's why in this video, I'm going to share with you guys 7 extreme ways that I save money that could save you over $1,000 per month. And I guarantee it's definitely going to save you more money than not using toilet paper. By the way, that sounds crazy, but in some cultures, they don't even use toilet paper. They just use water and soap and a rag. So it's not that crazy, but yeah, let's get started. Number 1, it's going to be housing. A lot of people don't think about this because a lot of people just don't want to move. But the truth is, if you could actually move somewhere and save a ton of money in housing, it is going to save your life and also save you a lot of money, okay? And here's what I mean. A lot of people, they buy a home and they stay in that home and it's over like $3,000, $4,000 every single month. That is not what you want. And some people spend over 50% of their income on housing. It's the number one expense people have. So if you're able to live in a safe neighborhood with local, normal people and have what you need and save $1,000 or $2,000 per month, then do that. And sometimes that might mean I might have to move a little bit further away to save a lot of money. For example, in Dominican Republic, this sounds extreme. This is what I do. We spend about $250 a month on rent. But some people, believe it or not, they spend $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000. So it's all about finding a good deal where you feel safe. Housing is the number one thing you want to be extreme on because it can save you so much money. Number 2, it's going to be your phone bill. You can save so much money just by switching, okay? So I know people that used to pay, for example, $80, $100, $150. At one point, I paid about $70 every single month on my phone bill because I needed everything unlimited, okay? And that's fine. But now I pay about $15 and my wife pays about $15 also. So together, that's $30 every single month. And that is so much money to save. So how do we do that? Well, we use a service called Mint Mobile. And my wife uses Tello, and there are a lot of other companies out there that offer, for example, unlimited plans, and you're able to save a lot of money. Now, I know that might not sound like an extreme, but in reality, $100 a month on a phone plan, that's about $1,200 every single year. If you're just spending $15, then that's about less than $200-$300 every single year. You're saving a ton of money. Number 3. It's going to be air conditioning or just trying to save money overall around the house, whether it's with heating, air conditioning, or whatever you tend to be using too much of, okay? Specifically, your electrical bill. But right now, our air conditioning is on. But a lot of the times we actually turn it off and we go outside. Now, in Dominican Republic, it's kind of like a cheat code because I spend like about $40 a month on electricity. But I know people here that they have the air conditioning on every single day, every single hour, and their bill is about $500 every single month or even higher. And I've heard of some people that they turn the air conditioning on, it gets a little too cold, so they open up a window. It is ridiculous. It is not a good idea. But if you find that you're spending way too much money on your utility bill, just look around and see how you can save money. I recommend just go outside, open the windows, get some air, and that way you can save a lot more money. But on your bills around the house, try to save as much money as possible. Now, that does not mean, I know some people like this, they're hot, they don't turn it on. They're cold, they don't turn on the heat. That's being cheap. You want to be extremely saving, but you don't want to be super cheap to a point where you're suffering. That's my point. Number 4 is going to be your grocery bill, okay? So my wife and I, we buy a lot of groceries. And the main reason is because I know a lot of people that spend over $1,000 or even more just on food. Notice I said food because a lot of people just don't cook at home. And yes, we love restaurants and we love buying organic stuff and so on. And we do that, okay? But we have a balance, and that is so important because again, your body is like a machine. It needs what it needs, but when you spend too much money buying garbage, well, it's not good for it. But when it's costing you a lot of money too, that's also not good for you, okay? So my recommendation is, well, you want to learn how to cook at home. And if you want to go out and eat every now and then, well, I recommend you set some money aside to do it. But if you're doing home meals every single day, you should not be spending, in my opinion, more than $200 per person. And when you have kids, usually, well, that's even less because kids just eat a smaller portion of what you eat. Number 5, car payments, okay? The average person is spending about $700 every single month on a car payment. And people spend way too much money on cars. One of the not smartest ways to buy a car is a new car. It doesn't make sense. When you buy a used car, you're able to get it at a much depreciated rate. And the best way to actually get a car is just by paying cash for it and owning that car and driving it literally until the wheels fall off. So don't be afraid to buy a 10-year car, a 5-year-old car, doesn't matter. Just get what you can afford, save up what you would have paid in car payments, and then use that to get a better car if you actually want to do that. So this right here is actually a car rental because right now I'm visiting Oklahoma. But it's one of the dumbest ways to actually use a car because once I'm done with this rental, the money's gone. But another way that you don't want to use a car is basically with a lease. It's kind of like the same thing as a rental. Once you're done using it, you return the car, you have no money, and you have no car. So again, just get a used vehicle and you pay cash for it, whatever you can afford, and ride it until the wheels fall off. It's the easiest way to save a ton of money on a car. So here are some of my prized possessions. This shirt I love. My wife actually picked it out for me, okay? And it is actually a cotton sweatshirt. They go for a lot of money, but I paid about maybe less than $5 for it because I got it at Goodwill. And when I go to Goodwill, which is where I get most of my clothes at, I get all of my clothes cotton for a good price, good material. And there's a lot of people that they say, I buy all my clothes new. I would never wear used clothes, okay? And when you look at their clothing, it's just like polyester, petroleum, plastic, and it's not even good quality. So don't be afraid. Quality does not mean condition for the most part, okay? You can buy a quality shirt in good condition. It's just not new, and it doesn't really matter. And over here, I have an iPad, a MacBook, and a Kindle. All of this stuff I bought used. Our car, we bought it used and we got a 50% discount. On all of these items, I could say I probably saved over 50% because someone else paid full price because they wanted it brand new, but then I went ahead and I bought it used and I saved a ton of money. So again, do not be afraid. I actually motivate you guys. Be motivated to go out there and buy used things and save a ton of money. The only thing I don't buy used are underwears, and that's just because my wife, he doesn't allow it, but I would buy anything used. I really don't care. Number 7, and the last one, it's going to be investing in a wife and child. I don't know how many people I hear talk about this and they say, I'm not married because women are expensive. I don't have any kids because kids are expensive. And the truth is that having a wife, having a husband, all those things are a blessing and they're also a great investment. A lot of the things around my life I just could not do without my wife. She's my helper. She's the person that makes things possible here. And she's a great help. And she is not a cost. She is an investment. And also, for example, having a child. When you have a child, well, that baby is also a blessing. And what does the baby eat? Just eats breast milk. And when they grow up, well, what do they actually eat? A little bit of what you eat. It's the same thing. Now, when you try to do things like, well, my baby needs some Jordans. They need this expensive thing and that thing and this thing. That's when things become expensive. But it's not because they are inherently expensive. So you can buy used clothes also for your kids. Used toys also for your kids. And all those things are just fine. I highly recommend Do not put off starting a family or having a wife and getting married just because you want to save a ton of money. Now, that does not mean if you're broke and you're in debt that you should go ahead and get married and try to fix it, okay? Get your life in order first. But don't put it off too long. That's what I mean. Families are investments. The best investment you could probably make after God. Well, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, long-term team out. And let me know one extreme things that you actually do to save money. The most extreme thing I ever did, honestly, was probably cutting my own hair. And I gave myself one of those hairlines that goes like this. Not the best, okay? But it happens. Peace.